Hey, I'm going to be speaking with the Black Vultures today, and they are here, so I better let them in. Better, better. Okay, more than one person. Hi,
Hi, how are you?
good. How are you?
Bad.
Hi,
How you doing? You okay?
You okay?
good. How are you?
How,
Thank
how,
you. Ali?
Everything's going okay. Pretty good.
I think you're going to have two of us tonight, if that's all right.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fine.
I like your like cat things you got.
Oh, thanks. They light up, but my kid says it's too much. It's extra.
Can we see them lit up though?
Oh, without them or
No,
little?
we want to see we want to see them lit up. You got to
Oh,
light them
okay.
up from.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta find the plug. Dang it.
I was expecting this to be an easy process. Sorry,
I know, it should be.
I feel like I'm making you work. There you go.
So there
Nice.
they are.
They change color or just the one color?
I think they changed color.
No, so they are changing color. I can see it.
Yeah.
Cool. I feel like Alid needs a pair of those as well now.
Yeah.
yeah, on stage.
That could be fun.
What? So you're 2 p.m. in the afternoon there, right?
Yeah.
And we're like 7 p.m. in the evening here. So
Right.
cool.
Yeah. So you guys are like, we're done. Or you're just getting started. I'm not sure.
I've got family waiting. We're gonna have a meal in a bit. So we're gonna have like a takeaway.
Yeah.
We're going for Indian tonight. So gonna have
Oh,
takeaway.
yeah. That's good.
I think Alid looks like he's in his bedroom.
Oh, I am, yeah, otherwise I'd be hassled by my daughter if I was downstairs doing it.
How are you with the Welsh accent? By the way, obviously
I
Alid
don't
is very.
know. I guess I'll find out.
Alid is really Welsh.
Really Welsh.
He's like a proper Welshman.
Okay. I do okay with accents, mostly. Mostly.
Oh,
I can
you
read
won't-
messy handwriting. I don't know.
You-
So it should be okay.
You
Good
won't
luck.
hear my very often. And Welsh is my first language. Where I'm from, we got very strong accents because we don't speak English very much.
Right.
From woods.
He's from a place called North Wales.
Right.
Does that mean anything to you?
A little bit. I try to watch a lot of the History Channel. So
Okay. Yeah, we do have history here in Wales and England.
yes,
Right.
absolutely. Like
Yeah.
I had been watching like a documentary about British castles.
Oh, okay.
Not just, you know, all of Great Britain. So,
We have a
I
few
think there's
castles.
one about Scottish castles.
Yeah.
The American
British
castles,
castle.
they're different. They're not like I don't know. They're
Yeah.
weird. They're not like castles like you would think of.
Okay. Interesting.
It's like the one is about I can't remember his name. Hearst, like Hearst Castle, but so it's more modern.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
So yeah, a lot of castles here.
Not real
I don't know.
castles.
You guys are probably wrinkling your nose like, no, no, not.
Yeah, we've got real old. Yeah, we've got real old castles
Yeah,
that are probably.
got real castles. Yes.
Probably costing millions and millions to keep going every year, I'd imagine.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so someday maybe I'll go to Europe and I'll visit a bunch of castles.
What sorts of things? What sorts?
You should.
What was
Yeah,
that?
that'd be cool. That would be very good. You should come.
I think so. Okay, so so uh what are you guys working on now? Like, what's your latest project?
So we just released the new single, Never Say. And we are back in the studio in April to do single number 3. We've had conversations as to what the third single will be. I don't know if it's definitive yet. We've had a conversation about what it might be. Possibly a song called Notorious, but again, that's not definitely set in stone. We're sort of we're really warm to the idea, but at the same time open to change around it. I think is fair, because like the thing is, like Alid will no doubt agree, but we have got some strong, some really strong songs that we think would be sort of single material, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I think we're looking at possibly Notorious, which sort of was written around sort of the Ted Bundy type story. Really, I watched the Netflix like drama a bit and the sort of story around him, and I watched the documentary on it as well. And he's quite a obviously very controversial character. But as I was watching, I just thought, wow, this guy's like infamous, and that's the name Notorious. So yeah, maybe that's a contender. But again, I'm just 25% of the 100% that'll make the decision on it. I'll go. To be honest, I just sort of go with the majority. Really, I'm like, what do you want to do? And leave it up to the 3 really. So there's a possibility. Is another one is that Never Meant to Be is another song as well that we were sparring when we are.
Yeah, that's a good contender for a single. It's very kind of put it, very callous, very callous band, kind of desert rocky kind of feel to it.
Great, awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a songwriting process?
Sorry, we're back in the studio in April to do that one, by the way. Just to say that.
Oh, okay. It's not too long.
Just like who comes up with the lyrics and the music and stuff, I'll tend to write a riff, and then I'll send it over to Hugh, and then he'll work out what his melodies and stuff are going to be in it, and then it kind of comes as a collective in a jam room with the drums and the bass. It tends to be me and Hugh that start songs off, and then they become what they are when we go into the jam room and stuff like that.
I would definitely say that like Alid and myself are like the principal social workers, principal songwriters, or principal songwriters in the band. Alid doesn't attack anything like vocally, even though Alid can sing, by the way. Alid's got, he's got a voice, he can sing. So like Alid doesn't go on.
With to play lead and sing, I can't do it. Like I concentrate too much on my guitar playing. If I played in a punk band, I'd probably be fine because I'd just be 5 chords. But when I have to do lead guitaring, I really struggle to sing and do it. I prefer to be a guitarist over singing.
Right.
We had Alid as back. He was doing backing vocals previously, and he struggled with like the guitar and like singing at the same time. So yes, which I mean, Alid does his bit, and he does his bit really well. I mean, he's a good guitarist, really good guitarist, and some of the licks he sort of plays are, they're really good. So yes, so I think from a songwriting, to answer your question, from a songwriting perspective, nothing's off the table. Like we were jamming Tuesday, and Alid started playing like something then, and like I've never heard this like thing. He started playing like some licks and stuff, and like before you know it, it's the band are feeling it. We start pumping to it a little bit, and it's like, well, this could be something, So like he came up with a riff and he started doing this thing, and he was like, oh, I better record this down. And then next thing I'm adding bits to it because I'm looking at how we can progress it as a song. to try and make it a bit different. And yeah, it was, it just needed it needed obviously to be finished, but it's another idea in the bank, but nothing's off the table. Anyone can bring an idea forward and we'll try and manipulate it and mold it into something. Being a singer and being able to play guitar, it's always going to be like that. I go, oh, look, I've done this and I've already come up with some words. And you go, and hey, here's like 80% finished song, It's always going to, I think for us, it's always going to be the case. And that's when like Aled comes in and puts his stamp on it from a guitarist point of view as well. But again, it could be Aled said something to me, I sent something to Aled. There's just no rhyme or reason to it, really. It could be anything.
Right.
I still don't feel like I've answered the question though.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Oh my gosh. Oh, who did your cover art with the cover with the Black Vultures and there's like a pink background, like hot pink?
So yeah, I did the artwork for that, but I can only take so much for it because we live in an artificial intelligence
Right.
environment. But like for us as like a fledgling band, we try and save the pennies where we can. So that it was just many takes of trying to get specifically what we wanted. And then obviously sharing ideas with the guys, and then having that band vote about, we like this one, but yeah, I mean, we try and save money where we can, and that one was money saved. So it was AI that helped us with that one.
You got to do what you
Sorry.
got to do.
Unfortunately,
It's
I know,
really
I know.
cool,
This,
though.
yeah, I know there's some controversy about AI.
Yeah.
So the guy who did our first single, "Treat Me Like an Animal," the guy who did that for us. Again, when I realised that he was utilising AI generation, I was like, well, because he said, oh, if you want me to do the second single, he's going to charge us an amount of money for it. And I was like, well, if you're doing this via AI, I'll try and find it myself, So and that's the route we went. We would just put it out there. We would love nothing more to work with an artist, but when we're a working band and it's more money going out than ever coming in, you have to make some sacrifices,
Yeah. Oh.
So sorry.
Oh.
AI is the answer. AI.
Yeah. It's tricky. It's a little bit fun, but it's a mixed bag.
Yeah. Controversial, isn't it? I know.
Yes. I feel a little bit guilty when I do any AI. I don't use it a lot. I just do like this. It's like a game, sort of.
Aled's good at drawing like
competition.
stickmen. Aled's really good at drawing like stickmen, and he said we could use that for a single, but it just didn't have the same impact.
Yeah, good.
But okay, well,
You never know. Oh,
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an actual black vulture, like a real one? Oh, did you hear me?
Not in real life. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's probably the time delay because we're like in the future and you're still like in the past.
I'm still like
we're
4
7
hours.
PM, you're 2 PM.
Behind you or
Like
something.
talking.
Right. It's interesting. Would you ever time travel? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, we skipped the question.
I would time travel. Would you?
I'd go see Nirvana live in a heartbeat if the Doc turned up with the DeLorean outside, I'd be in it like that.
88 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Classic. I think I would. My kids get mad at me when I'm like, yeah.
I find that whenever I hear Huey.
Yeah.
Oh, time travel right now.
I would.
I'll fix all my mistakes and make new ones. Probably.
I would literally, the one thing I find in my life is I think I was born a bit too late, that I missed out on a lot of great bands and gigs that I could have seen
Yeah.
live. I'd have loved to have been there, the mid '80s when the thrashing came out, and saw Metallica in its youth, and Guns N' Roses, the tie out in '87, and see them tour live and stuff. I 100% time travel to that era.
I'd like to see
Senses,
Slayer.
playing with a big,
I would go back like
yeah,
15 years and go see Slayer.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
There's-
And also fix all my mistakes. That'd be amazing. Oh my gosh, got all my questions mixed up. Oh, what was the first concert that you went to? I wrote down a question twice, and I'm like, why did I do
My first was Audio Slave.
that? That's cool.
Went to the Audio in Manchester in 2005, I believe. And they played a lot of Rage Against the Machine and Temple of Dog and Soundgarden, and he was amazing. Chris Eagles. It was an amazing gig. Before, it's really hard because where I'm from is very rural. It's like a mountainous area in Wales, and there's no like big bands don't come to where you got to travel a long time to get to Manchester or Liverpool or London. So when I was 16, that's where we started catching trains and stuff. And then we can get on a train to Manchester, which took us like 2.5 hours, 3 hours just to get to a gig. So once we all turned 16, we all caught a train and watched Audio Slave in Manchester. It's my first real gig.
That's awesome.
And my first gig was in Cardiff, and I saw a band called Reef and Ocean Colour Scene playing on the same stage. So like very much sort of the Britpop era. Have you heard of Britpop? Do you know what the Britpop era was? Do you know about that?
Not too much.
So
I don't
like,
think so.
it's like,
I'll say no. It's a question mark.
It kind of stayed. It never broke out of Britain, really, the Britpop scene.
yeah, it was like bands like Oasis,
Oh,
Blur. I don't know who else is in there.
The Pulp
Obviously, Ocean Colour Scene, Pulp. Yeah, maybe the Manic Street Preachers, Stereophonics. Yeah, there's a number of bands, and they were all lumped together as Britpop. But that was my first concert I went to see, was Ocean Colour Scene and Reef, and they were really. I mean, like Aled will no doubt like and some of their songs, you know. But interestingly, Aled was mentioned his first gig was Audio Slave at the Manchester Evening News Arena, wasn't it?
MEN, yeah.
And believe it or not, Aled and myself didn't even know each other then, but I was at the same gig as him.
that's really
Which is
cool.
quite interesting. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Like, yeah, it was a great gig as well. They're good. They're a great band, you know. Chris Cornell, they had all the ingredients of being a really, a really, really, really good band. And just sad what happened to Chris Cornell, isn't it? You know, but
yeah.
these things happen, I guess, you know, and which is why music for sort of artists who are suffering with mental health, I think, is so important, isn't it? You know, it's so important for them to sort of be able to sort of escape, you know. But yeah, I love Chris Cornell, fantastic voice. You knew when Chris Cornell was singing, right?
Yeah.
You knew when he was singing.
That is
Yeah.
true.
But,
Yeah.
but I think you asked a question about Black Vultures.
Oh, yeah, I
and
did. I'm sorry. I skipped.
I-
I'm
I-
fine about
I-
time travel.
I have never seen a Black Vulture up close and personal, but I have seen videos of them and I've seen them online, because when we were looking at like band names and stuff, like I like the idea of the vultures and the Black Vultures. I just want to make sure it was like a proper species of bird as well, and it is.
Yeah.
So that I thought I just made it all cooler rather than just giving something a color. You know, it's like, oh no, it's actually a real thing, you know. So
Yeah.
but yeah, we we're progressing as a band. Things are really settled in terms of our lineup right now. We've got loads more songs that are there ready to go, but it's just having time between us all just to get it together in the studio, having that time away from responsibilities, from work, you know, from earning money and those sort of things that tie it down. You know, to sort of do the exciting stuff and the fun stuff, you know. But we are back in the studio April with sort of a local producer called Chris Pete, and who, by the way, he didn't do the first 2 singles. So he's a new producer for us to work with. We're really excited about it as well. And then yeah, we're gonna try. Our plan is to get some t-shirts made, and to do a merch, like a t-shirt and pre-order sale for the album, and try and generate some income to pay for the album, if that makes sense. That's our plan.
Yes. I love band
So
merch. I bought a lot last year.
well, behind
Not
the
just
scenes,
for me. I bought some for my kids and some for other people, some for me. You know, like one for me, one for you.
2 for me, 1 for you.
Yes.
But yeah, it's we're looking at sort of behind the scenes designs. We're really fortunate that our drummer Brandon, he works in like a clothing warehouse.
Oh, okay.
So t-shirts, like, for us are really accessible. And then with the costs and things like that, we can keep them quite low to make them. So we're hoping that we can, yeah, obviously make some money off the merch and pre-sale of the album and stuff to fund the album, making of the album itself, which is because, like, Alid's got responsibilities, he works, I have responsibilities, I work, you know, we're a working band, you know. I mean, it would be amazing to be a professional band, but in the current climate, rock bands, I think it's just the way it is, working bands, right?
Yeah. I know. I have somebody
you're
asked
like
me
18
what my side hustle was. Like, they're like, "Hi, what's your side job?" And I'm like, "This is my side job. I have an actual job that I go
Yeah.
to pay
It's
bills and you
it's
know."
worse.
I'm like,
Yeah,
"Man, I would love this to be my full time job, but
Exactly.
it's not time, or I don't know. Someday
there's
maybe."
I don't know what the like the states is these days. Like with touring the circuit, I suppose little bands can still come out and tour the circuit a bit and get a name through touring because of the vastness of the states. I suppose there's venues, but like in Wales, it's like minimal. Really, there's
I mean,
venues in Wales that you can play that will get you a name. So you've got to do a lot of pushing. A lot of your time goes into plugging from radios and all sorts of stuff. There's not back in the 80s, even the early 90s, there was still a massive circuit of venues you could play and that people still go to watch and stuff. But you know, current climates, people don't go out as much these days. They don't go to venues to watch bands anymore.
right.
It's
I
like,
think they do here. Not during the pandemic, of course. Like,
yeah, I think the
you know,
states.
bands here took a hit like everywhere. Like,
Yeah,
some
I can imagine.
bands came together and some broke up and
Yeah, that's
they
true.
couldn't
I think
tour.
if we were living in the states with the kind of music we were doing, we'd get a bigger name right now than we are around here.
Right. Well,
Like,
hopefully you'll get to tour someday.
Hopefully, yeah.
Some anywhere. You're like anywhere. Everywhere.
like there's just I think Alid hits the nail on the head, really. I mean, like, here where we are in Wales, obviously in the UK, is very much sort of catered towards sort of your tribute acts and cover bands.
That's interesting.
Unless you're a very established originals band, like it can be quite difficult to make the impact you need to make it up the next steps and the levels, you know. So yeah, I mean, like, an amazing thing that could happen for us is a bigger band takes us up and goes, "Hey, we wanted to come on tour with us, that would be it. Like, that would be the door open, you know.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't happen. It happens in the movies, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the dream. You know, AC/DC. Or with AC/DC on the phone, they want us to go and, you know, or whoever. Queens of Stone Age are on the phone. They want us to go and, you know. But yeah,
Foo Fighters are playing Cardiff this summer. And Pumpkins and Weezer are playing Cardiff in Wales this summer as well. You know, if they called us, oh, we'll try and help a little up and coming Welsh band with a little slot. That would be the dream, wouldn't it? But it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen at all.
Yeah. That would be amazing. So
but if they do,
I hope they do.
if they do watch this or listen to it or whatever
If they
however it's released, then we're open to offers. You know, they need to know that we're open to listen to. We're having a conversation with them about playing.
All right. I hope that happens. And then you can send me a text like, it worked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Going on tour.
Yeah, going on a tour. Wow, amazing. Yeah, can you imagine? That would be epic. Epic.
Do you have any, I use the word ritual, but do you have any like traditions that you do before you go on stage? I don't think ritual is not the word, but kind of. Like, are you
Like routines or
Yes,
like
yeah.
things you do?
Yeah.
Not really. We haven't really done like last. I think if you play a gig, if you play a show, right? Like normally you're finishing work or like leaving the family or whatever to go to the gig, and like I
Right.
just think that like you're preoccupied in like making sure you've got all the stuff you need, you know,
Right.
and like your guitar, and like you've got new strings on your guitar, you know. Like for me, it's that preoccupation of like I don't want to turn up without not having something or something not
Yeah.
working, you know, that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
I get anxious about that sort of stuff. Nobody wants to turn up at a gig and go, "Oh,
No.
I forgot my amp. I forgot my amp, or I forgot this, or I forgot that." You know, that's what it's like for me. But I don't know what it's like for Alid.
I like to put my guitar on early and just warm my hands up, like, and just go with my solos. Like, I always remember watching a video of Dimebag Darrell when I was younger, and that's what he would do. He would say he would just practice arpeggios until he couldn't physically do it anymore. So he's warming up his fingers. So I'll tend to pick my guitar up and walk around with it unplugged and just kind of go around things. So that's kind of a routine I know I have. And I've always done that, whatever band I've been with. I'll always carry my guitar for about half an hour and try to just go over things. But I haven't got a necessary routine, I would say. It's
Well,
like
you have sort of got a routine. You normally find a shop somewhere and buy some crap food.
yeah, I do that. Yeah. I go,
Dotted roll or some rubbish food.
because I come straight from work without any food.
Yeah.
Sort the little girl out and then straight out, so I'm starving. But
Normally, yeah, some rubbish food somewhere. But no, I think like going forward, it would be nice to actually have that downtime of like going, right, we're set up, we've had a sound check, we've got 2 hours now. Let's go and do like, you know, go and have a quick bite to eat somewhere as a collective. You know, that would be quite cool. You know, to sort of do more together as a band. I think we need to do that. It's important to obviously have the time away and together. But yeah,
and we used to have a bassist that could barely afford a pack of crisps, so come here. So it's like it's hard going for meals and stuff when all you can afford is a Mars bar and we're all eating
Right.
burgers and everything.
Yeah.
oh, we say bag of crisps over here. Obviously, over there you might say a bag of chips.
Bag of chips.
Yeah. Yeah. Chips.
Bag of chips. Whereas over here,
Yeah.
whereas over here, a bag of chips is something completely different.
Right. Is it-
Chip
A bag of chips over here is a bag of fries.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Yeah. We call fries and chips.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
you call like you're like well these things aren't fries. They're like fat chips that have been
Oh.
like they're good. They're good, but yeah,
Yeah.
if you've never experienced it, you've never experienced it.
Yeah. Not yet. someday.
British fish and chip shop. That's what you need to try.
Right? That would be should be on my bucket
You know,
list.
you're not going to go in. You're not going to go and get fish and crisps or like fish and. You know, you'll come out with something. You'll be able to have a meal. It's not like you're going to go and come out with like a bag of chips. Your chips.
Oh, fries.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, I love fries.
Yeah, you can have like thick cut fries. They're amazing. They're really good.
Oh, so the last question is, what do you want people to know about your music, or the band?
Go on, Alex. You can do this one.
Well, for me personally, I don't know. I just want them to enjoy the music, really. You know, we're a very eclectic band. If you look at all of us as a collective of people, like my influences are totally different to who. We got the same kind of, we like the same bands, but then if I go in a car to work, I Hammer, Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth, where who would go in a car and he'd play Queens of the Stone Age or more bluesy rock stuff. But Brandon goes in the car and he hammers different things, and then Mitch the bassist would go in a car and hammer different things.
That's Brandon the way. He's like,
yeah. But I think as a collective that we all come together, my style of playing adapts to where who play, but then we kind of adapt together. We have got a very unique style, and I think that's why people have latched onto us quite quickly, because nobody's heard this. Like the classic old hard rock and roll isn't there anymore. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think it is. I mean, there is underground things, but nobody's kind of playing it so much. But we're bringing it back in a way, especially around Wales and where we are. If you ever came here and expected to hear an original rock band that plays like proper hard rock, then you'd be very hard to find it. So I that's what I really, and I want people to look at us and think, yeah, let's start a band like that again and get a scene up and running in the rock scene again. You know, inspire people to do the same as we're doing. Really, that'd be my main thing about it.
Okay.
I think going off what Alex said, I mean, you give new music a chance. I think that's like the really important thing, because so many people latch on to the legacy acts and they don't really sort of move their vision away from, sort of the established rock acts, for example, and they hear Foo Fighters, they hear Queens of Stone Age, they hear Metallica, they hear the new stuff from those bands. But like, broaden your horizon, there's loads of new bands out there who are doing some really good stuff, and whether you include us in that or not, but like, it's really important to give the new acts coming through an opportunity, because if you don't, then the music industry will die. It's as simple as that. The rock music industry will die unless you broaden your horizons and look at the new acts coming up. So our music is eclectic. You've heard two of our songs now. One's got more of a bluesy rock tinge to it, the first one. The second one has got more of an alternate sort of punk vibe to it. So, already just off two songs, they're a little bit different, Our third song could well be the crossover song. If we use Notorious as an example, it could well be the crossover song, which leads us to new music we're now creating. All I would say is if you listen to our songs, what you'll see is that we're going to, like, one of our songs could be quite stoner-esque. Another one could be quite alternate. Another one might have a bit more of a bluesy element to it. We're not going to try and conform to like how we must sound or how we think we need to sound. It's more like, well, no, let's let the song do the talking, and then people can choose from there. We're not going to like, oh, everyone thinks we're a stoner band, so we need to produce this stoner music. We're not about that. We're about like, like, again, I said it before, but if you listen to something like Josh Homme from the Queens of Stone Age, he'll say like, the song is either good or it's not good. Doesn't matter what the song is doing. Doesn't matter what the song genre is. The song is either good or it's not good. Don't be limited. So, and that's what we're trying to do. So, to anyone listening, check us out. The Black Vultures UK. That's where it's at.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to hang out with me for a little bit.
Thanks for putting the ears on.
You're welcome. I got it. I'll have to leave it plugged in for forever now. But
but no, it's it's obviously we're new, and we're you know we're closing in 2,000 followers like on Facebook, which is really good.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
considering we've only been going just over a year, so you know we're doing okay. We're at where we would want to be at.
Right. That's great.
Thank you very much.
So yeah. So I'm so happy to get to talk to you.
You sound like you're struggling to
I
close. You
I
sound
knew
like
them.
you're
I
struggling
knew
to
them
close it out.
well. Okay.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you taking the time out and
Oh, you're
featuring us.
welcome.
Really appreciated. And said we're looking to release probably the third single in May, beginning of May. We are for our current single "Never Say." We are recording that next Saturday, so the video is being recorded next Saturday, and then that'll be out then later in this month. So we've sort of delayed the video because of, as I said at the beginning, we're a working band. You know, Alid works weekends sometimes and stuff. So, and the videographer wasn't available, annual leave, all the rest of it. So we've had to delay that, and we're doing this this coming Saturday, which should be good fun.
All right. Well, I will probably see you on Facebook or somewhere on the internet soon.
Thanks very much.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Have a good day, guys. Or good evening. You're in the
Good
future.
evening. Have a good afternoon.
Thank
Have a
you.
good afternoon in the past.
Thanks. Who knows? Bye.
Cheers. Bye.